Hi Cancer, welcome to BohoMystic and to your August 2025 reading, horoscope, forecast, all of the above. So I already pulled your decks, I did your meditation, and let's get into it. I think I had a lot of overlap with my my mid-month reading for you guys. All right, Cancer. So when it was time for my next reading, I immediately heard Cancer. So, and then I asked, what about Cancer? And I got the motion in the ocean. Now, I know that could be other things, but it was very specifically about the actual motion in the ocean. And I knew what it was telling me. Again, it brought me back to the reading I did for you guys. I believe it was my mid-month, about that you guys were experiencing lots of ups and downs and we're in an emotional state, I think, for the past bit. It doesn't surprise me. I think that there have been so many changes going on. I think that you guys have been really affected. I think some of you guys have experienced some sadness. And I think that's pretty much it. That's what I'm feeling. And I felt it before too. So, and let me get on to my meditation so we can get into it a little deeper. So I was flying over like stone mountains, and then it was like a huge canyon. And that's been in all my meditations thus far. But then, weirdly so, it was like it fell in, and I come over like an edge, and down there's like a plateau between all these mountains, right? And in that plateau or flatness between all these mountains, there's a huge hole. I'm like, oh, like a cave system? Like, what's going on down there? And then I was seeing water pop up from it. I'm like, oh, like a geyser? And then I was seeing like different streams of water coming out of it. And it felt like a fountain. You know, like those really pretty fountains where you have like competing streams and stuff. And then there was water coming out. I'm like, oh, this is definitely you delving deep into your emotions, or you being or you just swimming in your emotions. But there was something about it, the fact that it was like orchestrated and there were streams and no longer like a geyser just all coming out. It's like as though you were doing water magic and you figured out how to bring it all together and control and make something pretty out of that surge of water. So I think that you're reaching a point or have been working on your healing from something that really hurt you. That's what I'm getting. So I then decided I wanted to go down there. So I went down there, and I was brought down there. The sides of the rocks were wet and there was like dripping water everywhere, of course. But I didn't see where the source of the water was coming from. Like there was no source gushing out of that hole that I just came down. And then I looked up and I saw something coming down. And what I wrote down here, claw comes down from opening above. So do you know when you sometimes go to like an arcade? I know it's a little old school, but, or like sometimes even like in grocery stores, there's that game where you can move back and forth the claw and drop it to win a prize. Well, that's what I felt like it was. But then there was something like dangling from it. And I'm like, oh, is that like a basket? Am I being given a basket? Like, are they giving me a basket of sustenance? Felt kind of creepy at the same time. But then I was like, okay, let's like move toward it a little bit more to see what's going on. And then I realized it wasn't not a claw from a claw game. It was like a claw that opens and chomps like on a huge construction arm, like on the arm of an enormous construction machinery. I don't even know what it's called. I wrote down it was a large claw from construction arm digging out earth from the hole. So it was going in there what I thought was like a basket was not a basket. It was started chomping and excavating the hole, taking things out of the hole. And that's when I wrote down excavating, and I said feelings and emotions. So you've been doing a lot of work, a lot of excavating, possibly a lot of shadow work. And I said, doing the work, question mark. And I said, oh, okay. It was just really cool how Source was leading me step by step to show me what's been your process, I think, leading up to now, leading up to August. So I don't know if you are now excavating. You've learned to control the water, right? Make it beautiful streams of water, like in a fountain. And now you're excavating and taking out what doesn't serve you and making room, more room for yourself, more room to maneuver in. There's something there. I can see it and feel it. It's so metaphorically soaked. It's so metaphorically layered. It's kind of difficult to unfurl it all, but we will. We will with the cards. I did the pre-shuffle, and you actually had a few cards that came out in pre-shuffle too. I had the Thunderbird with Vision and Trailblazer. No, Thunderbird, Vision with Trailblazer come out. Reclamation with Home come out. And the Seed Planter with Intention come out of this deck. So definitely a lot to chew on there. And then I had the Queen of Swords and Ten of Swords come out, and the Queen of Swords in reverse come out of the Cosmic Seed Oracle. Cosmic Seed Tarot. And that was really interesting because the Queen of Cups reverse came out in that reading that I mentioned before that I did for you guys. And then I actually pulled out the Archangel Michael deck. I think this is the first time I've used it for a monthly reading. I just felt super called. That was actually the first deck I was called to pull out. And I wonder if that's a synchronicity for someone out there. Has someone been praying to Archangel Michael? Has someone really felt his presence in their lives right now? Because if you have been asking for his help, I want you to know he's really around you. So that's a huge one. And I had Let It Go fall out from his deck. And then from the last deck, which is also a tarot deck. So this is the first time I pulled out 2 tarot decks for a reading. Was the Three of Swords came out in your pre-shuffle. I think there's a lot here that's really pointing towards an ending of a relationship. I know that was a huge theme in a lot of my readings, that a lot of relationships were going to end. Relationships that no longer serve you and that have outlived their purpose potentially in your life. And I think that some of you have been experiencing that, and you've been healing and processing that loss. I don't think, if that does resonate, it definitely is not something that is going to happen in August. I think that's what's been happening. I really do. Because these pre-shuffles, I feel like it's been giving me a glimpse, just like my meditation, of where you've been, what you've been doing, and where you're heading. You know, that Queen of Swords with the Ten of Swords was interesting. You've also mastered to quiet your mind. You had that maybe ego death. You finally experienced and put an end to what was holding you down in a self-debilitating way. I keep getting. Like, this is a journey to a betterment of mental health, of emotional stability. And you're becoming that Queen of Swords. Like, you see things clearly now, sharply. Like, you're strong enough to handle your business. That's what I felt with that. And maybe she had to come out of you because you had been feeling like the Queen of Cups in reverse for a while. It's like she had to come in and be like, cut through and say, no, not anymore. Maybe even give yourself tough love. Because remember what I said before, and with the Queen of Cups in reverse, you can give and not give to yourself. Forget to give to yourself. Give so much that you don't have enough for yourself. And I can feel that potentially has been the case here too. So let's pull some cards. Let's get to the bottom of this. Let's see what August has for you. Because I think that you are ever upward. I think that you're coming around to another part of your path, another part of your journey. Maybe in a solo way. In a self-empowering 9 of Pentacles type of way. Finding your own self-worth again. Taking up space again in your life. All right, let's see what we have. All right. All right, Spirit, what do we have for the Cancerian Collective for the month of August? Bottom of the deck, we have, oh my goodness, guys, reclamation for home. Reclamation, home. I don't know why I keep saying for home. Are you guys getting your home in a divorce? Are you going back home after a breakup? You're reclaiming what you left behind for this person? Or you're reclaiming, it's like you're homeward bound. But that also could be your stability, your security. That's the second time I said reclamation for home. There's a lot there, and I can't, I'm quiet, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to see what that was, but I don't know. All right, what does Archangel Michael have to tell you about what's coming for you in the month of August? Month of August, please. Bottom of the deck, we have your vibration is rising, number 43. This is this is a time of great spiritual growth for you. You are evolving to occupy a higher energetic frequency. Oh my goodness, Cancer. And I'm sure you guys are so affected by what's going on right now, astrologically. I mean, your little spidey senses must be just on overload. Mine are. And I'm not a Cancer. What did I say about you? Yeah, I said something about you taking up space in your life again, in the world again. That's what I felt when I said you are evolving to occupy, taking up space. You're occupying maybe a space that you gave up for someone else or to someone else. You're like, no, that's mine. I need it back. I wasn't meant to give that part away, that part of me away to you. I was meant to hold on to that. That's mine. And I also think that you may feel like you're coming online again in a clear way, through a clear channel. Reclamation of home. And what did I just say about that? Okay, all right. You're reclaiming your power. You're reclaiming part of you that you gave up to someone else and said, no, that's mine. I should never have given that part of me to you. And if this is shadow work, it's like you are reclaiming those parts of yourself in your life that you've discarded, that you have blocked, that you have forgotten about, that you have suppressed because they were too difficult to handle. And also you didn't just want to deal with that anymore. And you're like, no, I am integrating. I am calling back my power. I'm calling back the pieces of me that I gave away freely, potentially, and out of necessity, potentially. But you are reclaiming your home for home. And your home is you. You are doing this for yourself. I feel that super strongly. I see how this is coming here. Yeah, okay. Underneath that, you have winter solstice with bear and hibernation. You've been hibernating and you are ready to come out. For me, I just got your powers, your gifts have been in hibernation. Your gifts of emotional stability and being tapped in to source, to the universe, to spirit, have been in hibernation. I think you've been dulling them yourself potentially. And you're not doing that anymore. You're finding your way home. This is the other card that came out. Thunderbird Vision, Trailblazer. You're finding your way home, even through a storm. Oh my goodness, guys. This is beautiful. I just got goosebumps. Amazing. Am I going to use one of these as tarot and one as oracle, or am I going to just, I guess, you know what? I'm using this as tarot. I'm going to use this one as oracle, and the last one is going to be my tarot deck for the spread. All right. What else does the Cancerian collective need to know, Spirit? The month of August. Bottom of the deck, we have the Tower. Holy guys. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Again, like lightning, like with that thunder vision. I think you yourself, I can't find it. Oh, it's in the other deck here. Sorry. You're calling in your tower. And I don't think it's the tower of you breaking up with someone now. You're calling in your tower of reclamation. It's like you are Queens of Swordsing it, and you're like, enough is enough. I call back my power. You're cutting through all the BS, others, and even from yourself that you've been swallowing for a while. I absolutely see this as you calling in your tower. Your tower of enlightenment and breakthrough through whatever this cycle has been that's been holding you down and back and not making you feel like someone else. I don't think you've been feeling yourself for a while now. That's how I felt when I did your mid-month reading. And I felt that had been going on for a bit too, where you were worried. It was like all this worry about something. I don't fully remember the entire thing. Three of Wands, absolutely. And the High Priestess, oh, in the world. Oh my God, guys. What did I literally just say? Guys, you saw it. Look at the eyes too in both of these cards. You saw where you wanted to go and you called in that tower, and you actually are moving in that direction. You're done planning. You're not the planning stage. You're done planning. You're done you're actually moving in it. You're doing this because you are now the High Priestess again in your life. You know what it is that you need to do. You are back online. You are receiving and understanding what it is that you need to do. 10 of Coins and the World card. You are getting your stuff together in your life. It's like you are cleaning house. You are decluttering. It's like you're Marie Kondo in your entire life. And yeah, you're like out with the old, in with the new. Maybe this new moon in Leo that's coming up in a couple days. Again, I'm filming on the 22nd of July. Will have blessed you with something pretty amazing. Some confidence, some closure, something that you will take and run with in the month of August. I feel excited, but I feel powerful. I feel in control. I am feeling in control right now of what happens to me and of what happens in my environment. Where in the beginning of this, I was timid, shy, sad, sad, not jittery, but sensitive. That's what I felt. And now I literally feel in control, powerful, and capable. So it's going to be super exciting for you in August. Wow. Wow, Cancer. You're having a glow up. And I'm not really big on that term because it's not a glow up physically. It could be. How you feel is how you portray yourself to the world. But you're having an emotional and intellectual and energetic glow up. You're going to be operating. Thank you. You're going to be occupying a higher energetic frequency, and it's going to show. It's going to reverberate. Your aura is going to shine, and people won't recognize you, especially if they've been with you on this motion in the ocean, right? What I talked about in the beginning. It's like you were a little dinghy being battered back and forth, and now you're just gliding. You don't even have to even be in a boat. You are swimming with the ocean as one, whereas before you felt separate from the ocean and you felt like you were being super roughed up. That's extremely empowering. And that takes so much work and it takes time. It takes time. I am so happy for you and so proud of you. That is a very large energetic and karmic cycle to break. It's amazing. It really, really is. I'm really proud of you. All right, I'm going to do a similar spread that I did last time. Albeit a little bit different. All right, so we started there. That's your present. This is your past influence. This is what you should let go. This is what you should focus on. And we're just going to go directly to moving forward in the month of August. Let's see what we have for you. At the bottom of the deck? We have the Three of Swords. Oh my gosh. This is what came out in your pre-shuffle from this deck. This is what you have been. Oh, there's rain. This is what you've been in. This is breaking here, so I have to see what it is. Four of Wands. Yeah, this definitely could be a divorce. A breakup, an emotional breakup, a romantic relationship that just saw its end, that you've been dealing with the aftermath with. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for the confirmation, Spirit. Okay. Let's take a look at your oracles. Star blanket with transition. Absolutely. That's you going up that Andean cross. It's you following your way home. Again, home. Following in that home is you. It's to your higher self. It's to your purpose, to your true north. You are on your path again. You are in flow again. Beautiful. Seer prophecy. And you had the high priestess over here. Oh, guys. Yeah, you're online. I think you feel you are probably this power that I was feeling and this confidence and this, you understand magic. Magic understands you. You are magic. You know the truth and you are all truth. You are plugged in again. And that is very powerful. And not in a negative, power-wielding way, but knowing your truth and knowing who you are and being connected and feeling connected is very empowering. And it should be. Because that is what pushes us, catapults us. That's life force energy activating us to move forward. on our purpose of why we're here. See, I do this on my stomach and she's doing it on her heart. But that's how I feel. I can feel your contentment of reclaiming who you are, taking back your power. Step into the spotlight, Archangel Michael says. You have a message that the world needs to hear. It is time to share your wisdom. Oh, maybe you are being called to help others who have gone through what you have gone through. Maybe you're just called to clear things up with those that you love in your family. Not being afraid to shine and show them who you really are, who you've really always been, but may have lost that part of you. As we integrate, we look different, we feel different, we act differently. Maybe it's time to teach others who you are and how to treat you. This more healed, more enduring part of you. The teacher, Hierophant, oh my gosh, again with that. And the seer. Maybe some of you are going to school to become a teacher, getting certified as a healer in some way. Energy work, Reiki, massage. I mean, like it can be in so many different ways, but the fact that you're getting this, yeah, maybe you're considering a new career or augmenting what you do and you're going to school for it. Or you decided to learn everything you can to help other people who may have gone through similar experiences. Become a counselor, a mediator, a practitioner of some sorts. The fact that you have the seer and you also have, the high priestess here, it could be a metaphysical teacher, a person who divines, doing what I'm doing. You guys are going to be a force to be reckoned with. I think you know that. I think the Cancer that is watching this now knows that. And they're just letting it unfold. Because that's another thing that you learned. How to give gas and how to get your foot off the gas pedal when you need to. You know how to adjust your divine feminine, your divine masculine now. Like I said, you took that geyser and created a fountain from it. And a complicated fountain from it. That's a lot of power. That's a lot of magic. Some of you actually may do water magic. You definitely should do water cleansing. When you're bathing, when you're drinking water. Water holds memories, holds all memory. That's something you should do. Speak to it. Ask for its cleansing, ask for its purity, and ask for its protection. There was so much reference here to water. Okay. Messenger of Swords. That's the Knight of Swords. I think that you are being called into action. And this is coming under from like step into the spotlight, the transition, and the teacher, the Hierophant. I mean, you know what to do next and you are moving in that direction. You've been activated. Pure and simple. Go in the direction of your truth. And that's exactly what you're doing. Absolutely. Oh my God. Guys, you have the Sun card and then you have the Action of Coins. Actually, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. This is the Page of Swords. Oh, still applies. But there's that learning here though with the page, so I apologize for that. Maybe you are going back to school. Because the Page of Pentacles usually is the student, but this is us learning knowledge, and the way that they have this depicted here, I think that you are just receiving. You're receiving downloads that are inspiring your next actions. The Sun card and the Action of Coins, which is the Knight of Coins. Yeah. I think it is clear where you need to go. And it is clear that you're going to go there. It is clear that you are committing yourself to the teacher, the Hierophant. You are committing yourself to this work, to this self-actualization, to this self-healing, to this self-empowerment. You are, and you know that it's work, right? You know that it's the Pentacles. You know that it takes time, but you will so ever diligently do what needs to be done in order to be successful. The sun has enlightened you and shone down on you, and you just know. You are receiving that sunlight like a flower receives sun. You are the sunflower. It's like you are following the sun and where it leads you. You are following its light, where it's leading you. Wow, I keep getting that. It's like leading you to your home, to where you're supposed to go, that reclamation. All right, what's going to be your present energy in the month of August? Holy moly, guys. The Wheel of Fortune. I think we can end the reading here. I think the fates are turning. The work that you have done, the cycle that you have closed, is turning the wheel again in your favor. You, Cancer, are going to be in an upswing. You will have an understanding of why and how you are where you are, what and how and why you went through what you went through, and you will have the tenacity of a Capricorn to keep going. You're mastering elements. You are mastering elements. The only thing we're missing here are the cups. You mastered the water, which we already said with the fountain. You have the swords all over here. You have the coins. You have the swords, the Three of Swords over there. I mean, you are mastering your elements and you are manifesting. So whatever it is that you've been manifesting is coming to fruition in August. Whatever things that you have started, like, you are ready. It's like starting your new job as you, as the new you, as the integrated you, as in the more healed version of you. August is your first day on the new job. And that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay. What's influenced all of this going into August? The Eight of Pentacles. It's, of course, it's the work. Eight of Pentacles and Eight of Pentacles. You have put in the work. This is not being handed to you. You've done the work. You have done the work as the Knight of Pentacles. You didn't cut corners. You've done the hard parts. You've processed really deep stuff. Amazing. Amazing. Absolutely freaking amazing. What is it that you should let go of? The Nine of Pentacles. Maybe doing it all yourself. Maybe you've been feeling like you can't let anyone else in because of your past experience of whatever the loss was, whatever the grief was associated to, whatever that attachment was. And you've been doing this on your own and thinking, I don't need anyone else. And if you're a parent, like, I don't need the other parent. You know, I can do this on my own. I can take care of everyone. Don't fall into that again. Yeah, that's actually what's coming now. Maybe that's why I got that Queen of Cups in reverse in the pre-shuffle. That may be a karmic cycle that you have to keep an eye on, because you don't want to revert to that. Look around you, see who can help, and let people in. Don't cage off your heart because it's been broken. And I know that takes time, but this is what you should let go of in August. So there's something here, and this is kind of tough love, I know. And I think that, again, I feel like I'm talking to someone that if we were sitting together right here, you would know exactly what I'm saying, and possibly even give me like a smirk. I'm a lot like that too, of like what I'm saying. So, but there's a time when we have to admit to ourselves, we don't have to do this alone. And nor should we. And we can't lose faith in everyone, right? Okay. What is it that you should focus on in the month of August? Judgment. Oh. What came to my mind is, don't focus on the judgment of others, judging this new version of you, and be weary of you judging others now. Lumping people into the same category as what happened to you before. I think there's something there. But the fact that it's also the focus card and it's judgment, there may be a judgment in your favor in the month of August. If this is you getting your home and you finalize your divorce, I think this is exciting because this is a judgment in your favor. This is a decision being made on your behalf. This is rescuing you from the fear and the worry of something. So either way, I mean, that's exciting. That means that you're going to have some kind of closure here, or one step closer to getting what it is that you have been decreed to get. But I do think, since it was my first thing, don't take other people's opinions and judgments personally. I know it's easy to say, but hard to do. But don't give them that power over you. Don't give away your power, pieces of you that you worked so hard to get back. No, you've learned from that. And don't assume that everyone is a bad person. Don't assume that everyone is out there judging you, actually. Because you will be a little different and you'll be doing things differently. And you're going to assume or think that everyone's judging you, that everyone's comparing you to who you used to be or what you used to do or where you used to live or what car you used to drive or what your house looked like before, or, no. People are busy living their lives. People are busy trying to live their lives and trying to stay afloat and trying to get by. A lot of people don't have the time, nor are those things even registering for them. So don't get caught up in self-conscious about what other people may or may not be thinking about you. So moving on in August, what are we looking at? Moving forward, what are we looking at? What's the outcome? The Three of Wands, and that came up at the bottom of this deck. Yeah. Your ships are coming in. You're going towards them. You're meeting those ships as they come in. You are enacting on plans. Just like I said before, you are enacting on all these plans with the Eight of Pentacles. You may be really taking a course. You may be renewing a license. You may be starting a new career. You may be entering the workforce after years of not working outside of the home. And you're doing it. You are doing it. You're not strategizing. You are actually doing it. You're ready. Yeah, you're ready. And you're doing it. All for your house, all for your home, for your four walls, for your family, for that Four of Wands that got changed, that broke. And you're rebuilding your Four of Wands. You're rebuilding your Four of Wands. And you should be really proud of yourself. Because I bet a few months ago, you thought that was impossible. And look at you now. August is here to meet you where you are at. August is here to facilitate your dreams. August is here waiting to let that wheel turn in your favor. So capitalize on it. Take advantage of every opportunity that comes your way. Create a new social circle, right? With that Nine of Pentacles. Because I keep thinking about this. Open yourself up to building and rebuilding a village around you. But you got to let people in. Slowly. It doesn't have to be overnight. And it doesn't have to be that you're an open book and you just put trust in any person. No. But you have to be open, I was going to say, in loving and being loved. And that's not romantic. That's just as a human. It's what you need. And if you have an extended family and if you have children, it's what they need. So that's your fully functioning self. And you can do that. And I think that's going to take time. But I am so happy for you. You are so deserving of this. You have kicked butt. And I am so happy to see this transition, right? I'm so happy to see this growth. It truly, truly is awe-inspiring. So congratulations. And I cannot wait to see where you guys are next month and the month after. It's just exciting. I think you're ready to move forward. Look at that blowing of that horn in the Judgment card. Go towards your dreams and start doing every single day. Take a step in that direction to achieve them. And you will. You absolutely will. All right, guys. Till next one. Bye.